The Mandela Effect is a fascinating psychological phenomenon that occurs when large groups of people collectively remember events, facts, or images incorrectly, yet confidently believe these inaccurate memories to be true. Named after Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, this intriguing concept emerged from a widely shared false memory. Countless people worldwide distinctly recall Mandela dying in prison during the 1980s, vividly recounting news broadcasts and emotional memorial services honoring him. In reality, Mandela was released from prison in 1990, became South Africa's president in 1994, and eventually passed away peacefully at his Johannesburg home in 2013. This widespread discrepancy in collective memory sparked curiosity among researchers and everyday observers alike, leading to deeper inquiries into why and how this phenomenon occurs. One prominent explanation for the Mandela effect lies in the human brain's inherent imperfections in storing and recording memories. Unlike digital devices that precisely record events, our brains reconstruct memories each time we retrieve them. This reconstructive process isn't always precise. Instead, it integrates new information, emotional states, social suggestions, and expectations, gradually altering the original memory without the person's conscious awareness. The more frequently a memory is recalled, especially if influenced by external stimuli, the greater the likelihood of subtle but impactful distortions. A classic example highlighting this psychological phenomenon involves the beloved Pokemon character Pikachu. Millions of fans around the world vividly recall Pikachu, the electric mouse-like creature, as having a distinctive black tip at the end of its tail. When confronted with images or official animations, however, fans are often shocked to discover Pikachu's tail is entirely yellow, devoid of any black coloring. Despite undeniable proof, many cling stubbornly to their false memories, genuinely bewildered by reality contradicting their vivid recollections. This collective confusion illustrates how profoundly social interactions, repeated misinformation, and visual misrepresentations in media can shape and solidify distorted memories. Another frequently cited example concerns a line from the iconic movie franchise Star Wars. Most people confidently recall the antagonist Darth Vader dramatically proclaiming, "Luke, I am your father," in the climactic scene of The Empire Strikes Back. Yet, the actual dialogue delivered in the film is subtly but importantly different. Vader's real line is, "No, I am your father." The prevalence of the incorrect version in popular culture, repeated countless times across TV shows, films, and casual conversations, reinforced the erroneous memory to the point of collective acceptance. This widespread misquotation persists strongly, despite easy access to accurate source material, demonstrating how social reinforcement powerfully shapes collective recall. The Mandela effect extends far beyond trivial pop culture references. Consider the case involving the Berenstain Bears, a series of popular children's books. Millions distinctly remember the family of lovable bears spelled as Berenstain, convinced they've encountered this spelling repeatedly throughout childhood. However, reality firmly insists that the correct spelling has always been Berenstain. This seemingly minor difference in one letter triggered passionate online debates, compelling fans to search attics for old books or VHS tapes as evidence, yet consistently reaffirming the correct spelling as Berenstain. The intensity of collective belief despite overwhelming contrary evidence highlights the profound psychological forces at play in memory formation and retrieval. These seemingly harmless confusions can escalate into more significant implications when considering eyewitness testimony in criminal cases or historical accounts of important events. Legal studies reveal that human memory can be remarkably unreliable, prone to subtle distortions by suggestive questioning, emotional manipulation, or media exposure. Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus conducted groundbreaking experiments demonstrating how simple changes in language significantly altered participants' memories. In one renowned study, subjects watched footage of a minor car accident. When asked how fast the cars were going when they smashed into each other, subjects reported seeing high speeds and non-existent broken glass. compared to those asked how fast cars were going when they merely hit each other. Loftus's work reinforces the critical understanding that memory is malleable, easily influenced by external factors, and inherently vulnerable to error. Social and cognitive psychology provides additional insights into the Mandela Effect by emphasizing the role of conformity and group influence. Humans possess an intrinsic desire to align their beliefs with those around them, often accepting majority opinion or recollection as accurate, even against personal intuition or experience. When multiple people share the same false memory confidently and publicly, individuals tend to adopt and reinforce these memories to maintain social harmony or avoid isolation. This collective reinforcement further embeds the falsehood into memory networks, creating deeply entrenched but inaccurate recollections. Moreover, cognitive bias such as confirmation bias play a significant role. Once individuals adopt a specific belief or memory, they subconsciously seek out information confirming that belief or disregarding contradictory evidence. As a result, false memories become increasingly strengthened, convincing individuals even more strongly of their correctness. The cycle of selective attention and confirmation perpetuates distorted memories across social networks, multiplying their impact and acceptance. The rise of digital media and the internet exacerbates the Mandela effect by rapidly disseminating misinformation, misquotes, incorrect images, or subtle alterations spread instantly and globally, quickly becoming embedded in collective consciousness. Internet memes, viral posts, or edited videos further reinforce these inaccuracies, continually reshaping perceptions and solidifying mistaken beliefs. In today's interconnected digital landscape, collective memory is both malleable and vulnerable to rapid distortions on an unprecedented scale. Understanding the Mandela Effect has practical significance, teaching society valuable lessons about humility, skepticism, and critical thinking. It encourages awareness of memory limitations and the importance of independent verification, especially in critical contexts such as historical documentation, journalism, education, and legal systems. By recognizing our cognitive vulnerabilities, we learn to question assumptions, remain open-minded, and acknowledge the potential inaccuracies inherent within collective memory. In essence, the Mandela Effect provides a fascinating window into human psychology, memory formation, social dynamics, and cultural influences. It challenges our intuitive trust in the accuracy of memory, compelling us to recognize that certainty doesn't always equate to truth. Each instance of collective misremembering reminds us vividly of our cognitive fallibility, prompting thoughtful reflection on how memories are formed, shared, and reinforced within social contexts. Far from mere curiosities, these experiences collectively enrich our understanding of the complex, beautiful, yet flawed mechanisms of the human mind.